Um, First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, and shalom to you, few brothers and sincere sisters that watch my videos and gain edification. This is the brother Karata Zaba coming to you with another lesson. And this is Proverbs 30 and 20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness. All right. So I came across this video, Salakia, and it reads, I have 4 kids and 3 baby daddies, 60 bodies. All right. So that's the state of a lot of our women right now. A bunch of adulterous women, all right? Adulterous men as well. But this particular lesson is pertaining to the so-called Jake woman, all right? And she said that I watched the video, all right? And, and this lesson right here is for edification purposes only, all right? This is for educational purposes only, all right? I'm not making no money off of this video. It's for educational purposes only. And this is Anton Daniels. I'm subscribed to him. And she says she has 4 kids, 3 baby daddies, and 60 sexual partners, all right? And Anton Daniels said if she has 60 bodies, 60 sexual partners, multiply that or add, multiply that by 3, okay? So the state of these so-called black women out here, not talking about the sisters, because the sisters know better, all right? And, they're in order. But talking about the 2/3 of Jake women, it's disgusting. 60 sexual partners, and, just, it's like, why would you even want to sleep after 60 men? All right? And if she has more than that, which he said multiply that by 3, all right? So we talking about 180, that's disgusting, all right? That's disgusting. She's got a lot of spirits on her, okay? Because she has 4 kids and 3 baby fathers. That means she doubled up on one of them, okay? So 2 of them have different, 3 of them have different fathers, but 2 of them share the same father, all right? To my understanding, that's what I understand from that statement, okay? Now, 60 sexual partners, that's a lot of sexual partners. A woman is only supposed to have 1. A man can have as many women as he pleases as long as they are not taken, as long as they are not spoken for, as long as those women do not have husbands, all right? So that would be considered adultery, okay? So a woman can only have 1 husband throughout her whole lifetime, and that is to be her husband until he dies or until she dies, all right? And then if he dies, or he returns back to the spirit world, she can take another husband if she so chooses, okay? So that's just disgusting, honestly. And she lacks accountability. She lacks, that's, and, if you're a man out here and you taking a woman who has 60 sexual partners, all right, and she tells you straight up she had 60 sexual partners, you know, and that's not a red flag, all right, and she has three babies' fathers, that's not a red flag. That's telling you something, okay? That's letting you know that she's very loose. It's letting you know that she has spirits on her, okay? And she need to pray and fast them spirits off because that's just wickedness. All right? She's gonna be combative. She's gonna be unwilling to. Uh, she's not gonna be able to connect with you because she has had multiple rods in her inserted in her, so she's gonna be unable to connect with you, and she's gonna be uh, she's gonna you're not gonna be able to talk to her, reason with this woman, all right, because she's still stuck in the last men that she dealt with, all right, and my opinion is if she has 60 rods in her or 180 rods in her, then how are you able to, like, you know uh keep compete with that, like, not compete, but how is she satisfied with you, because now she's comparing you to the other men that she's had previously. If she has 60 rods in her, she's she's gonna compare you to the last men that she's dealt with, and she's gonna look at you not as a not as a as not as a husband or someone who can, she's not satisfied. She's looking for you, to help her out. Basically, that's what she's doing. All right. The only reason why she's with you is because she needs the help. All right. So yeah, that's crazy. All right. And I'm not gonna make this super long. I'm not gonna drag this out. I just came across this video and I wanted to speak on it because this is like, and this is like the situation with a lot of our women, a lot of our, Jake women, is that, these women out here are whores, all right? And very promiscuous. And they're not ashamed to tell you that. They're not ashamed. All right? And, for this man to stay to get with her, knowing that, he's a damn fool. All right? And I was even, going through the comments, and you know, that's that's what's the word for it? It's a common opinion. A lot of people feel the same way. Even people in the world feel the same way. It's like you have a job. You know you going to work for a place, and you said that you had 60 jobs, or 180 jobs in your life. So you mean to tell me none of those jobs you liked? Out of 180 or 60 jobs, none of those jobs didn't work out for you? And that's how you gotta, that's one way to look at it. I'm not saying that's how you gotta look at it, but that's one way of looking at it, is that, if a woman, had a lot of sexual partners, you gotta think to yourself, she couldn't settle down with one of those men. She had to keep on jumping around on the cock carousel. Well, I said I wasn't gonna make this long. Lord's will, you few brothers and sincere sisters found this edifying. Shalom to the next one.